All right, I'm not sure how this camera's looking. My better camera broke. I use my phone for all the filming. I've tried all the fancy cameras and lenses, and nothing's as easy as a phone. So anyway, I smashed the screen on the new one. So the old one is this one, and hopefully it's okay for now. We've got a little thing happening here. I believe Daisy might be in heat. My little girl's growing up. What's up with you, Daisy? She only moos when she wants me to come feed her, and she's literally standing at her feeder trough and mooing, aren't you? She looks a little agitated. Don't you? You okay? Did you eat all your hay? All right, in case you wanted to know, if a cow is in heat, the first sign, this would be her first heat. So the first signs would be standing and bellowing out to nowhere, like that, looking agitated, and her vulva would be red, swollen with maybe some discharge. I don't see that. Well, she did eat all of her hay. Are you mooing for more hay? I'll get you some more hay, and we'll see if that settles you down. You gonna follow me? You coming? Okay. Another sign would be her trying to mount other cows, which we don't have. Maybe Bella. Hopefully not me. She's not scheduled to, well, the plan at least was to have her taken back to the farm she came from in July, and she'd be there for 2 months to get bred. All right, there's a lot of hay. So that was the plan. And we built our vacation around it. We're supposed to be going on vacation in July. So we'll see. I read that the heat lasts between 8 and 30 hours. So it's not like a long thing. What are you doing? It's not like this long ongoing thing. So crunch, 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 crunch. I'm glad someone can eat dry hay. It does not look appetizing at all. Well, that quieted her down, so we'll see. This avocado tree has more flower buds on it than leaves at this point. Now, will we get any avocados? Probably not, although I would be happy if we got one avocado out of all those flowers. Speaking of one fruit on a whole tree, here's one cherry on this tree. That's the only one. Looks like it needs about another day or so to completely ripen up. This other tree has about 3 or 4 cherries on it. Anyway, I'm officially in freak out mode because it's now officially less than 2 weeks until School of Traditional Skills is here. Okay, on an unrelated note, I think I haven't heard any activity in this bird's nest. I can't believe they're already grown up and gone. Let's see. Were they gone? I couldn't see the screen. But I haven't seen any like mockingbird activity around them at all, so hopefully they just grew up and flew away that fast. It's a nice overcast day today, so I'm gonna get out here and continue working to prep for my class. We've got some major gopher activity. If you want to know why I take the time, money, and effort putting the gopher wire on the bottom of these raised beds, this is why. That, and all that. So he's not getting in the beds. Nevertheless, I don't want these paths torn up, and I don't want him undermining these stone walls. So I'm gonna get a couple of traps out here and hopefully catch him. This garden is not where I want it to be for this School of Traditional Skills class. It's just been so cool, temperature-wise. Like, we were down into the high 40s, low 50s the last couple of nights, and now it's like low 60s during the day. And so nothing is taking off and growing like I would expect to happen. Not to mention, I planted zucchini and yellow squash seeds. I direct sowed them in the garden. They came up. A couple days later, they had disappeared. So I'm thinking a rabbit, a bird, a squirrel, I don't even know what. So I had to go to the nursery and get some transplants of things just to have bigger plants when they get here. This was the basil that I had pinched back and expected it to grow fast, but basil hates cool weather. So it's just sitting there. So I'm probably gonna have to go to Trader Joe's and spend a fortune on those pots of basil that they have there, which look great and they'll be great on camera, but this is not an example of what to do as a home gardener. This is all, you know, to have things in place how it should be a few months from now when the class comes out, when you're gardening on camera and have, I mean, for you guys, I'm here, I'm just showing you what reality is. But when you're doing a class and you don't have multiple videos for people to see different stages, you got to get it all looking good in the one shot. So good news is this tomato that I thought I had killed because it slid down and crimped, it looked really bad. Even the next day it looked worse. It was completely looking dead, but now it's coming out of it, so I think we're going to be okay. Cucumbers are starting to climb up their strings. The parsley's leafing out. It's okay with cool weather. Tomatoes are still slowly growing. These are the ones I planted first. These are the ones I planted, what, a week ago? Which they actually look pretty good compared to how they looked when they first got planted. What is this? Something's been eaten. Look at that, they came right under there. Ugh. The upside is I do have a few cool season crops that are still gonna be here. Got some cabbages, we've got nasturtiums, lots of nasturtiums over here. But I have a little under 2 weeks to transform this garden into something camera worthy. I wonder what the difference is. Why, I mean, I know it's bolting, but why some bolts and then the ones right next to it don't? I mean, we've already got flowers on here. So what I'm going to do with this is cut it all back, wash it, put it in the freeze dryer, chop it, put it in the freeze dryer. I have heard that when you freeze dry cilantro, it is almost like fresh when you use it freeze dried. In fact, they say it is like fresh. So we're gonna see. All of my strawberries are getting eaten, no matter if they're in the green stalk, in the ground. I came out the other day and I'm like, oh, look at this, it's about ready. Turned it around. So these are snails that are still in here. I put another round of Sluggo Plus, so we'll see if that kills the rest of them off. The ones in the ground are being eaten by beetles and roly-polies. Snails are easier to deal with than those, so you know, I still think the green stalk is probably the best solution for growing strawberries. Anyway, I'm just walking around here stalling. When I get to the point where I have so much to do, I end up not doing much of anything. And that's not good. So I'm gonna put the camera down and I'm gonna get some work done. right, it's early the next morning, and I got my phone situation fixed, so hopefully the video will be better from here on out. So I wanted to talk with you about something. You know, was it the last video or the video before I had mentioned that Noah was doing a extra credit thing for school where they had to give up technology for a week. And so during that time, Emily and I decided that we would support him, not by giving it up completely, but at least when we were in his presence, we wouldn't be on our phones. I found that really difficult. It's just this unconscious urge to grab my phone and, look at social media. And it really bothered me. So I ended up deleting Facebook and Instagram off of my phone because those are my real time sucks. You get involved in scrolling through reels and stuff, and you wake up an hour later and all this time's gone by, and what do you got to show for it? YouTube isn't the same for me, maybe because I don't watch shorts. I don't know, but YouTube is like my TV. So when I purposefully make a conscious decision to sit down and watch a YouTube video. And I don't get caught up in it the way I do with reels and what do they call them on Facebook? Reels? I don't know. So I deleted them off my phone. The only reason I'm on Facebook usually is our Facebook group, Next Level Gardening Facebook group. But I don't need my phone to do that. Yes, if somebody messages me or tags me in a post, it might take me a little bit longer to see that because I only look at it now on my laptop. So I still have access to my social media on the laptop. I just don't have it right there on my phone. And I will tell you, the first week of that was really hard. I constantly would grab it and then go to tap the icon, and the icon wasn't there. But after a week, I got to tell you, it was kind of freeing. I felt like a lot of times I didn't even know where my phone was because it wasn't with me at all times, because I didn't need it to be with me at all times. So we'll see how long that lasts. Hopefully a long time. Let me know in the comments, has social media kind of taken a lot of your time? I know the answer to that. Anyway, so if you tag me on something on the Facebook group and I don't respond right away, that's why. But it's just something I had to do for my own mental health and just to be more present in life and with my family. And it actually worked. So Emily and Noah actually helped me outside yesterday. We kind of all pitched in to get everything looking the way it's supposed to look for next week. And I'm feeling a lot more optimistic now. Look how much cleaner everything looks. The paths have no weeds. Earlier in the video, I talked about chopping this all. Earlier in the video, I talked about chopping all this cilantro and freeze drying it, but I don't want to have a blank bed. I want to have as much life out here as possible for the shoot next week. And so I'm leaving it here. I'm shading it. I made this little structure here. So hopefully keeping it well shaded and well watered, it'll last until they get here without all completely bolting. But all the paths are clean. I'm just so sickened with this garlic this year. It looks so ridiculous. Look how spindly it is. Last year it was like too big. So all the paths are done. I just have to finish this strip down here at the end. I put the soaker hose here yesterday because there's a lot of lumps in this area here that I gotta kind of scrape down level, and it was hard as a rock, so I had to do that. Same with this area here. There's a big lump here of very hard soil, so I soaked that. I want this wall to be finished, so I went ahead and put in the mesh. So this mesh goes back into the soil. The soil will be built up in here. And so that holds this wall because it's going to be taller than should be for this type of wall. So you put this in here and the soil holds it all together. So this has to be cleaned out, of course. But I got all the weeds taken off this path. Look how clean that looks. To here and all the way down. But as you can see, we're still having overcast weather. And so it's just, these plants aren't going to grow that much in a week and a half. So I am going to go get some bigger plants of certain things. And then we're just going to have it be what it is. It's the beginning of the season. So, you know, maybe if I was in Texas, I have some friends in Texas who showed me their garden and it's big and it's like mine should be in June or July. But, you know, it is reality. And so I've come to terms with that. So we're just going to make everything look as good as possible. We're going to get all new mulch. So all the beds look freshly mulched and clean. And, you know, I think it'll be good. Morning, Bella. Hi, baby. Come here. Hi. Come here. Well, you're on the prowl of something. Last night was the first night that Ollie and Otis stayed down in the corral. They've been still in the dog kennel. So I want to go check and see how they're doing. I did lock Daisy out. I put some water out for her. And she's been spending the night out in the pasture. Several nights, actually. So it wasn't like a big deal. Good morning, guys. How's it going this morning? Huh? You looking for some hay? You want some hay? You're so smiley. I just love it. Hi. All right, I'll go get you some breakfast. Morning, Daisy. We got the dumpster, so now all that trash in the front can be picked up. So the decision was made for me. I talked about putting gopher wire underneath where the clover lawn's going to be, kind of deciding whether or not we should do that or not. Well, yesterday I came out here, and from here all the way down, 13 mounds put there in about a day. So I put out 2 traps, and I got them. There's been another gopher up here terrorizing the cottage garden. It was starting to move into the vegetable garden here, but it looks like the trap has been tripped. So let's see. Yes, I got him. I'm going to try a trick. I'm going to leave him in his tunnel. Take the trap out, take him out of the trap, just leave him in the tunnel. And supposedly that wards off other gophers. I've never done it. I'm going to try it. All right, let me know if that was too much showing the dead gopher, because before, when I haven't showed it, I get people saying, you need to show it so people can see how it works. So there it is. I do believe there's one more up here in the cottage garden. Although this one could be a mole, I'm not sure. It's not mounds per se, it's just this long area of loose dirt. I don't know, I've never really dealt with a mole before. My friend Doug delivered a new load of hay and alfalfa and straw. I'm going to have to come up with a better solution for all this, because it's really difficult to hoist it all in here, drag the straw bales down to the corral, and then every single day almost, or every few days, take hay from here down to the corral. It gets old. So we're thinking of building a little hay shelter down there, which I talked about months ago, and then putting a gate in the fence down there so we can pull up down there, just offload it, and have it down where it needs to be. A wheelbarrow full of your favorite food. Wow. Imagine if our favorite food got delivered in wheelbarrow size. I'm loving these shots of Daisy running after me. As you know, I don't normally dress like this to take care of the animals, but we're going to be leaving for church soon, so just got to get it done. You take much daintier mouthfuls than Daisy does. All right, I got to give Daisy hers. Come on, Daisy. I guess I could just leave it in the wheelbarrow. Oh, maybe not the greatest idea. Oh. Yep, not so bright, Brian. Come here, Daisy. All right, Daisy, come eat yours first. Come here. Come here. Look. All right, I gotta head out. I know I teased an announcement a couple videos back. I'm not quite ready to give it yet. And I hope I'm not building it up into something grandiose when maybe you won't feel that it is. But I'm a little overwhelmed right now with everything to make any promises, so I'm going to hold off maybe one more video. Sorry. I'll see you guys next time.